Are you disappointed with your engagement on social media? I'm going to share with you 11 ways that you can increase your engagement today. Social media is becoming more and more a vital part of our business as real estate agents, and really what I want to do today is I want to share with you some ways that you can make sure that you're getting that engagement that you want, that all the things you're doing on social media are actually creating deeper and stronger relationships with your ideal clients. So let's talk about some of the things that we can see right now that can definitely begin to not only build your engagement with your existing audience, but what are some of the things we can do to grow your audience as well? Before I get into some of these engagement things that we can do, really it starts with making sure that your profile is on lock. There's no doubt who you are. Make sure that you're utilizing that, really, which is your resume. People are going to stop at your social media profile real quick to see if you're someone that they want to follow or not. Make it where it's engaging. Make it no doubt who you're with, what you do, what you love. When you do those things, all of a sudden now people begin to just all of a sudden just make that quick decision to follow you or to connect with you. And that's what we're looking for, is we want to not only drive these relationships deeper, but we want to expand the audience that you have, give you more of the ability to share your voice with more people. So the first and most valuable tool that social media provides for us is hashtags. Now, if you're not familiar with what a hashtag is, it's the old school, for those of us old school, it's the pound sign, and then you have a word there. Now, one of the great things about hashtags is it gives us the ability really to act as a filter. So I'll give you an example. I'm getting ready to go on a trip with my wife right now. I started on Instagram, I started on Facebook, I actually even started on TikTok with the hashtag of the location I was going. I checked out the restaurants I was going to that way. I checked out actually the exhibits I wanted to go by and see while we were in that city. Right now, if people are looking to move to a city or they're looking and thinking about considering going to that place, a lot of their search is going to start by starting with a hashtag. So for instance, for us, it would be like hashtag 30A homes for sale, hashtag 30A real estate, hashtag whatever it is in your location. Start utilizing whatever those things that you're doing and those things that you're highlighting. When you utilize the hashtags, all of a sudden you become search worthy. All of a sudden they begin to find you, and when they find you, now with that profile on lock, we have the opportunity to build relationships and expand our reach. Another great way to increase our engagement is to utilize polls. Now, if you're wondering what a poll is, I'll give you some examples here. Which house would you prefer? And it's 1 and 2. Which backyard or which outdoor living space would you prefer? And it's a picture with 2 different outdoor living spaces. Which kitchen would you prefer? Do you see what I'm saying here? And a lot of times you want to use 3 or 4 different options there. What it does is it encourages people to get engaged. The algorithm with all of the social media is that the more engagement, the more it's going to be put in front of people, the more opportunity you have for that to show up, maybe not just with your people, but with additional people that might decide to follow you. If you're curious about how to set up a poll, listen, don't get caught up in that. Just simply go to YouTube and just write in how to set up a poll on Instagram, how to set up a poll on Facebook, whatever you're wanting to do. When you really engage in these polls, what it does is it provides people the opportunity to you're encouraging them to get engaged. And when you encourage them to get engaged, obviously that leads to more engagement, which leads to more and better relationships. Number 3 is use more video. Listen, the algorithm, they're telling us that they want more video on their platforms. It's what's working right now. And if you're wanting to know what you can do to increase the engagement and also just get some tailwinds from the algorithm of making sure that these social media platforms are sharing your information with as many people as possible, right now, it's utilizing video, the short form video specifically. If you're on Instagram, Reels are working extremely well. Those are just getting engagement outside of your typical audience. Also, TikTok they have more followers and less content that they can absolutely provide. So by utilizing that, it gives you the ability to reach a larger audience. Also, just these quick type videos, if you're utilizing stories, it gives you the ability really to go in and just share these quick videos of where you are, what's going on in your world. These short form videos are what's working right now, and they'll definitely help increase your engagement. Number 4 is tag people that you are with. Now, don't go over the top and tag 50 people on a post. That really it's something that gets annoying, and it almost dilutes what you're doing. But if you're at maybe a luncheon, for instance, and you're with someone and you take a photo with them, tag them on that post. If you're somewhere where you're at an event and you run into someone and you take a picture with them, tag them. Here's what it does, is when you tag them, it becomes something that their followers or their connections or their friends actually get an opportunity to see. When they see that post, they're like, oh, there's a connection here. That leads to them checking out your page, which in turn, in a lot of cases, leads to them following you. Gives you the ability to really expand your audience. By tagging someone, your engagement is actually going to go up because not only are you reaching your audience, but you're reaching theirs as well. Number 5 is utilize scroll stopping photos. Now, what do I mean by that? This is what people are doing. They're going through their phone and they're just scrolling through, and then there's something that, boom, it makes them stop. We want to utilize this opportunity with photos. Maybe that's a sunset view. Maybe it's an area maybe in the community that you live in or the city that you live in that everybody's going to immediately recognize. Utilizing scroll stopping photos gives you the ability to increase engagement because now people are not just going through here, they're actually stopping and seeing your post. Number 6 is tag where you are. Listen, what this really does for us is it gives us the ability that people that are in the general area, they may see where your location is. Now, when I say tag where you are, there's a couple of things that we can do here. We want to tag the location or the city or the neighborhood, or maybe it's a development, whatever it is. Tag the location because then people that search for that location, all of a sudden your post is going to show up there. The other thing is if you're at a business, tag that business, especially if you're giving them a compliment. Sometimes when we say, I love having this, and I see these people and I don't necessarily do it all the time, but they post these photos of their lunch and you're like, what in the world? Nobody cares about their lunch. Well, actually some people do. And what happens when they actually go in and they tag that restaurant and they talk about, this is one of those, I'll give you an example. One time I did this Seagrove Village Market here, and I truly do believe this. That grouper po' boy they've got is something that is absolutely, if I had a last meal, it might be on that list. And so I did a post where I posted a picture of me at a lunch with someone else at Seagrove Village Market. I tagged Seagrove Village Market and basically said what I just said. They shared it with their group because obviously that's something that highlights their restaurant. They loved that content. They shared it to their group, and immediately all of those people that were following them, thousands of people, all of a sudden saw my post, had the potential to follow me as well. It gives you the ability to reach out to audiences that maybe you don't have an opportunity to reach out to otherwise. Number 7 is tell a story. What is happening in your world that's been kind of something that people would find interesting? I'll give you an example of this. I had a friend of mine that actually came and spoke to our agents. I shared with them kind of his story of moving from homelessness to actually selling houses. It's a moving story. By telling that story, all of a sudden my engagement went up dramatically because we all want to hear great stories. The world that we live in right now focuses a lot on negativity. So when you take the time to tell a story that's inspiring, or maybe that's something that encourages people to be a better person, or it just really highlights somebody that's doing something special in your community or in your city, those posts get a tremendous amount of engagements. Not only is it just something that's good to do, but it actually helps your social media profile as well. Number 8 is post family photos. Listen, when people really want to build relationships, they want to know who you are. Who is it that you are, not just as a real estate agent, but who are you as a person? When we share some things about our family, or maybe some of the activities we're doing as a family, all of a sudden you become not just a salesperson, you become an individual. Not just are you now someone that is possibly they're going to work with, now you have the opportunity to move to someone they're going to have a relationship with. Posting those family photos, getting a little more personal with your post is something that really helps you not only drive engagement, it sets you apart from what the majority of the agents are doing, where they're posting just listed, my favorite property. They're always constantly talking about properties. If you'll notice, we haven't talked to anything about posting anything about properties. What we're talking about is building relationships, actually taking the time to increase engagement, because listen, when we increase the engagement, our business is going to increase as well. Number 9 is document your day through Instagram stories. It also will post up on Facebook if you have it set up that way as well. And this gives you the opportunity really to have somebody share in your day. Gives them almost a behind the scenes of what's going on. You share some of the things, the highlights, maybe some of the lows, some of the things that you found interesting during your day. This can be done in your car. It can be done when you're just getting ready to go into an appointment or you're getting ready to go into a house. Quick selfie videos give you the opportunity really for people to really begin to know who you are more than just the post that you're posting. This is one of those with Instagram stories and really documenting your day. This is where we're really letting people kind of see who we truly are. And when we let people know who we truly are, all of a sudden it really acts as a filter. It gives us the ability to find, as we call them, OKPs, our kind of people, and we have those connections that we really ideally want and need to grow our business. Number 10 is highlight a local business. Do you have a favorite coffee shop that you go to every morning and the people know you by name? Do you have a restaurant that you typically go to if you go into lunch with a client? Highlight those companies. Do you have maybe a title company you utilize? Maybe you have a florist that you utilize. Maybe you have anyone in your local area that you utilize and that you love. Take the time to highlight them in a post. Tag them in that post because obviously you want to have the opportunity to increase their engagement. It also gives them the ability to make sure they see when you're talking nicely about them. It activates this law of reciprocity where when you do things nicely for somebody and help their business grow, in turn they obviously will probably want to help your business grow as well. This gives you really the ability to reach out to a different group, and what it does is you're creating this positive momentum where you're the person and the resource for the best places in your community, and you've got connections that maybe that gives them the understanding that, listen, this is a resource, not just a realtor. Number 11 is be authentic. Be who you are. Literally, social media acts as a natural filter. It gives us the ability to find the right people that are the ideal clients that you're supposed to work with. And it also gives you the ability, when you're authentic, to maybe filter some people out that are not going to be a good fit for you as well. So when I say be authentic, this is like, don't try to be something that you saw somebody else do somewhere else on your social media. Just be who you are. Whatever the activities are that you enjoy, highlight those activities. If you're into art, talk about art. If you're into maybe going to football games, or you're into whatever it is that you're into, bird watching, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're into, highlight those things, because what will happen is all of a sudden the people that you're supposed to attract, the authentic, ideal clients for you, it naturally acts as a magnet for them to find you and connect with you in a way that helps you grow your business with the right people at the right time. The bottom line is this: we've never had an opportunity like we have right now to grow our business through social media. Typically, we had to pay for so much of this in the past. This gives us really an opportunity to organically grow an audience and find our ideal clients by simply being who we are. Take some of these things, apply them on your social media, and I promise your engagement will go up and your business will grow. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.